taken in 1997, which has one of the hardest hitting movies of all time in it, which is you will see reflected in the awards very much.
Mm-hmm.
But to set the scene outside of the most obvious pick of 1997, biggest box office hit at the time is Men in Black outside of our Best Picture winner. Fifth Element is in this. You're getting Boogie Nights. To an animated feature, you're going to Hercules. We're getting the ridiculousness of Austin Powers in 1997. And still making a ton of money. 20 years later, Star Wars Episode 4, the special edition, is released and is the fourth highest grossing movie domestically of the year. Is Star Wars Episode 4 because of the special editions. And then one that just for our Studio Ghibli fans, Princess Mononoke also comes out in 1997. Wildly popular. Big time movies here in 97. And then none other than the greatest cinematic masterpiece to ever be created. Fuck Titanic. It's Batman and Robin. Obviously, the greatest hit movie of 1997. No, I hate that movie. It pains me that I'm a huge Batman fan, and it's my wife's favorite Batman movie.
God.
It kills me in my soul every time I think about it. And I'm a ginger and I have no soul, and it hurts my soul.
Yeah. You got any changes?
I have 0 changes. I have one note on this entire year about the Oscars. Sucks not being Titanic this year.
Yeah. Yeah, for those people that don't know, Titanic just swept pretty much everything it was nominated for. It was nominated for 14 awards, which is tied for the most, and then it won 11, which is tied for the most wins. So it didn't win for actress, it didn't win for supporting actress, and it didn't win for makeup. But everything else it was nominated for won. And honestly, it deserved it.
In terms of Academy, it's one of the 3 greatest films of all time. Not in actuality, but in terms of the Academy's opinion of excellence, sure. It's tied with Ben-Hur and Return of the King. It's a big fucking deal. And there are good movies. The one thing I will say is, you would think in a year where a movie just comes out and sweeps across categories like that there isn't a whole lot of competition. That is not the case here. Good Will Hunting comes out during this time and wins some awards. Like, there is good movies in 97 to give Titanic some competition.
Yeah. So you didn't have any problems?
0. I can't argue. Okay. I can't argue that. I'm looking. The only one I could really see is I could see a nomination. This movie's horrible, like I just said. It's an awful movie. But in terms of art direction, I could see a nomination for Batman Forever, or Batman and Robin, because I will give this. I have multiple times gone back and watched that movie for art direction, not for the film itself, and usually it's because I can also win brownie points and throw Ab a bone. I'm like, see, we watched a movie you wanted to watch. But it's because the light, bright atmosphere really works well in a different tone of movie. And visually, it's stunning, especially with like the architecture of the buildings that they put in and the set pieces. So I could see a nomination, definitely not a fucking win, for art direction. Other than that, that movie should never be touched ever for positivity, ever. But I could see a nomination for it.
For art direction, the nominees are actually pretty interesting. There's Gattaca, which that's a pretty interesting nomination.
Yeah.
Kundun, which is Scorsese movie. LA Confidential, Men in Black, surprise nominee.
Another one I thought of was Fifth Element. It's a bit shocking to me Fifth Element didn't get any recognition in terms of costuming or art direction or makeup.
Yeah.
I thought the Fifth Element would be a strong contender in that.
Yeah.
One of my wife's favorite films.
I didn't have any technical award changes. But for the other categories, you got James Cameron, Titanic. You got Jack Nicholson, As Good as It Gets, Helen Hunt, As Good as It Gets, Robin Williams, Good Will Hunting, and then Kim Basinger for LA Confidential for supporting actress.
And
I had 2 changes there.
All right, what do you got?
I would have picked Matt Damon over Jack Nicholson for Good Will Hunting.
Okay.
I think Matt Damon, that's his best performance of his career.
Which is saying a lot.
In that movie.
Which says a lot because he's had a lot of great performances.
I don't know if he's ever given as much depth to any character he's ever had as much as that one.
I mean, it's a highly personal story. They wrote the fucking thing.
Yes, exactly. And I know Jack Nicholson's great. Is always great. But his performance in As Good as It Gets is not that great, honestly. Is it deserving of a nomination? I think so, but I don't know.
Does Jack Nicholson winning for As Good as It Gets feels like... Because he won before, but...
Oh, he won multiple times.
Right. Yeah. Does that feel almost another... Well, it's Nicholson and he's here. Kind of like what I was talking about with Tom Hanks in Apollo 13. If he's nominated in the category, he's going to get more recognition because of his past work. Does this feel like another moment in time where it feels like that?
I don't think so. I think well, there's 2 possibilities. I don't know if it is, but it could be a Miramax. Meaning the Weinsteins were dabbling in the Oscar stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Or there are just performances in movies that just get this weird sweep of word of mouth out of nowhere during that year, where they just get caught up in this wave, and that's why they win. It happens every now and then for a movie.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would pick Matt Damon. And then for supporting actress, I would have went with Julianne Moore in Boogie Nights.
Okay. Interesting.
And then just a couple shout-outs. I would have loved to see a nomination in Boogie Nights.
I'm sorry, for who in Boogie Nights?
John C. Reilly.
Okay.
And then also Mark Wahlberg in Boogie Nights for Best Actor.
Interesting. I don't think Mark Wahlberg should ever touch anything acting ever, so it's an interesting case.
I think that's one of the few movies where I think he's actually real deal acting.
Okay.
But yeah, that's one of the few. I agree.
Yeah. I'm not usually happy when I see Mark Wahlberg in a movie.
Yeah. And then actual nominees for Best Picture: Titanic, As Good as It Gets, The Full Monty, Good Will Hunting, LA Confidential. No changes for you?
No changes. Don't know enough to change it. And okay. I know Titanic is obviously going to take that.
Yeah. I only changed one nominee. I would have put Boogie Nights in The Full Monty. But yeah, Titanic would have won. So
yeah. Interesting case there.
What's your favorite movie, though?
A little bit better competition for me. At least there's a couple movies that I've seen and enjoy. Still, the Bond fan comes out of me. Tomorrow Never Dies. I have a real soft spot for that movie.
The movie sucks.
I disagree with that. I think it's better than people give it credit for. I just think it's already, you're playing in a genre which is Bond films. Bond films have their own genre to begin with.
I would agree.
And then it doesn't even fit really well in the Bond genre because they go with a very heavy Asian film influence in a lot of that film, especially with the pacing and the action sequences. They're very different compared to many Bond films. I'm utterly in love with Michelle Yeoh. I think anything Michelle Yeoh touches is pretty much brilliant, and I adore her in that film.
I think she's wasted in that movie, though.
Oh, I think there could have been a lot more of Michelle Yeoh, but I think Michelle Yeoh is, in a weird way, Michelle Yeoh will never get enough credit for even the little bit that she did there, because Michelle Yeoh allows people to believe what is obvious, that women can be badass, that women can be action heroes. When you watch Michelle Yeoh on screen, you don't think, "Oh, there's a woman doing something," like a lot of older moviegoers would. You just go, That woman's fucking badass, and I want to see her do as much as possible. And the fact that even like when she shows up in Shang-Chi and the Legend of Ten Rings, the whole time I'm like, please tell me they got Michelle Yeoh in this fucking movie. Please tell me they got Michelle Yeoh in this movie, because it'd be wasted not to have her in that film. And anytime I see Michelle Yeoh on screen, I immediately just go, happy camper.
Getting some credit, so that's a good thing.
Yeah, she is undoubtedly one of the most underrated actresses for so long, because she's good in everything that she does.
Okay.
Is Titanic your favorite film of '97?
No, I would say Good Will Hunting.
Fair. I didn't know if anything could top Titanic for you.
Only because Robin Williams. I think that's his best performance.
You have such... I'm not saying it's undeserved, but you have such a soft spot for Robin Williams. It just...
Yes.
It really hits home for you, Robin Williams, for some reason.
I don't know. He's probably my favorite actor of all time. So.
Wow. Okay, that's respectful. I hear you guys are really liking PT Creative's content. And you know what? You should, because it's pretty rad. You may even want to support the channel even more. Well, there's a way you can do it and reward yourself. And that's by going to our Etsy shop. Head on over to PTE Creative's Etsy shop and you can find all kinds of cool merch like you see on screen. You may be watching some of our Pokemon themed content and going, I'd love some merch there. You can do that. You can even get our custom Fakemon stickers right there, or stickers of existing Pokemon, t-shirts, or mystery packs. But you may be saying, I don't know if Pokemon's maybe my vibe. You know what? That's fine, because we got all kinds of fun, snarky millennial content and sports-related things over at the Etsy shop as well. You maybe got some big bench warmer energy that you just got to spread with the world. Or maybe you just need to tell people that you hope both teams are having fun as they're playing, because it's just all about vibes to you. And you hate to see it. You'd hate to see it if you didn't get your merch. You can go get that merch right here, right now. Head on over to Etsy. Go to etsy.com/shop/PTE Creative and go get yourself some awesome merch and go support a local content creator in this community we call the internet. Hope y'all see some great merch coming soon from Etsy. Go to PT Creative on Etsy and get yourself some great merch. No! Hey friends, I know you're enjoying this show, but we want to prime you for a new show. Go check out the weekly schedule over at PT Creative and find your new favorite podcast or show to watch. Monday and Thursday, you get the Far Out Football podcast with news, analysis, and notes of the NFL season, plus great projects during the off-season like draft analysis and what-if questions like what if the NFL expanded. Tuesday, go to the ONETA Show for absurd takes and fun all around. The topics in entertainment, gaming, movies, television, you name it, ONETA Show is going to talk about it. Wednesday, you can go check out the Pokemon Bliss and Oblivion project, in which new Pokemon are being designed every single week as we create the Halzari Fakemon region. Friday, it's kind of a fun, laid-back day over at PT Creative. You can go open some brand new Pokemon card packs, or get some new specials and seasonal content coming your way on a Friday. And finish your week out with the Wisco Movie Watchers podcast on Saturdays. Get great movie recommendations, learn some movie history, and just have a grand old time listening to some dialogue. It's going to be a whole heck of a lot of fun over on Saturdays, just like it is every single day over at PTE Creative. Go check out new podcasts, new content, new shows every single Monday through Saturday over at PTE Creative. Enjoy the rest of your show.